I own a ranch that's been in my family for generations. Running right through it is a natural creek, a little waterway that keeps the land healthy and feeds into a larger river downstream. It's part of the ecosystem, and more importantly, it's legally protected. Nobody's supposed to mess with it. But of course, the HOA next door thought they were above the law. Their president, Karen, had been whining for years that my creek was ugly and attracts mosquitoes. She even claimed the water was better used as a decorative feature for their new subdivision. I told her flat out, "This creek isn't yours, and if you mess with it, you'll regret it." Apparently, she thought I was bluffing. One day, I walked down to check my property line and found something unbelievable. The HOA had literally dammed up my creek. They built a makeshift concrete wall, blocking the water from flowing onto my land, and then they dug a massive trench to redirect it into their neighborhood. Their plan? Turn it into some fake riverwalk feature for property value. I was livid. Not only was it trespassing, but this was a serious environmental violation. Blocking a creek can cause flooding, erosion, and property damage. I took pictures, called the County Water Authority, and waited. First, the HOA laughed me off. "It's just a little landscaping project," Karen sneered. "We'll take care of nature better than you hicks ever could." Well, nature had other plans. Within weeks, their river started eroding the ground under their homes. They hadn't engineered it properly, so the soil around the trench softened and collapsed. Driveways cracked, fences tilted, lawns turned into mudslides. And then the big storm hit. That night, rain came pouring down in sheets. My blocked creek swelled like a balloon ready to burst. With nowhere to flow, the water built up pressure until it finally broke through their shoddy concrete dam. The sudden rush of water ripped straight down the trench they dug and turned it into a raging torrent. I stood on my porch watching as nature took revenge. Their riverwalk turned into a flash flood. Backyards disappeared. 2 houses slid halfway down into the rushing water. Patios, decks, and garden furniture floated past like driftwood. The next morning, the HOA was in chaos. Karen was screaming about property damage and threatening to sue, but the county inspectors arrived first. When they saw the blocked creek and the illegal trench, their jaws dropped. "Who authorized this?" the inspector asked. Karen puffed up her chest. "We're the HOA. We have authority." Wrong answer. The county slapped them with massive fines for environmental destruction, illegal construction, and property endangerment. They also had to pay for restoring the creek to its natural flow, which cost more than half the neighborhood's annual budget. As for me, the inspectors praised me for documenting everything. Not only was I completely cleared, but I also received a tax credit for helping with the environmental restoration. Karen's dream of a riverwalk community ended with several homes condemned and a neighborhood budget in ruins. Meanwhile, my creek flows peacefully again, stronger than ever. And just to rub salt in the wound, I built a small wooden sign at the creek's edge that says, "Nature always wins." The best part? Every time Karen has to drive past that creek, she knows it was her own arrogance that washed her neighborhood away.